Let's talk about just being generous because I think it's something we as people should do, from time to time. Let's talk about having compassion, just doing the right thing, just being open at times where you need to be, not all the time, just being courteous to people, just saying hello, just smiling, to people. You could just tell who's having a down day. Sometimes you gotta watch it now, cause boy, people be taking your smiles for everything else but that smile. But just showing the kindness, being kind to one another, especially in the times that we are in today, because today is a time of like a lot of deception and just a lot of things that just make you wonder, like, what, why, how, when. You really feel, you really think like, mm. But then again, you could understand because like people are really experiencing things that they're not used to, going through things they're not used to, going through emotions they don't even know that's flowing through them, but they just don't know how to handle them. So it's a lot of backtake on why people are responding the way they are. But if it's like too much of a heaviness, just don't be around it. But for the ones who isn't like that, like, spread that enjoyment, spread that positive energy as much, because we not always gonna be in that positive energy type vibe. Let's be honest, we not. And this thing about, and as I'm learning too, like, you just gotta have it. Like, you got to be A1, you got to be perfect, or you got to have, like, you can't come on here, I'm just giving it, like, you can't come on here with like some ashy lips or something like that, because you out and about. Oh, your lips just damn ashy, or you miss something, or whatever the case may be. Anything, just like a natural part of how your body be sometimes. People just be running out. But anyway, like talking about being generous just because you're truly genuine and you're not looking to be generous because you're not looking for something. You don't have a motive behind you doing something. And I know in today and age, especially the way people are moving, not all, it's kind of hard to decipher for some people. Some of us got to go through a lot of things to kind of know what you're dealing with. And I am one of those ones. But that strength gets better each and every time. And even also to identifying what's happening, when you come across those things, it's just a part of life. But some people just be looking like, why you nice? Because why you so angry? And you got every reason to be, but that don't mean you got to push that energy off on somebody else. You feel me? Like, if it's somebody just generally minding their business, and then because you having a bad day, you want to flip out because you having a bad day, because you cannot control your emotions. Meaning, and we all can't control them, but me personally, and I feel like that's just something you have to grow into. That's something that just not naturally there. You have to, like, go through a lot of trials and tribulations. Got to go through a lot of experiences to actually get that composure and learn how to hold yourself. And everybody don't have it. But for the ones that are like that and they wonder why you keep that distance, that's because of that. Because at some point, for the ones who have actually put in that work to work on their emotions, to clear out all that heaviness within them, within their heart, within their mind, soul, body, whatever the case may be. And it ain't all the time, but they're putting effort and they're working on whatever that needs to be to kind of keep themselves balanced and on the right track. And then go over here or over there, they try to do anything to keep you off balance. No, you deserve to be right there. You deserve to have that distance in between, because nowadays people really taking your kindness for weakness and think because you are kind and generous, they can do those things like as if you eventually is not going to have a comeback. Like, people are trying so much and try to push people so because that's all they've seen with them with all their life about being generous, or just they never really saw that side based on the side that they're showing. They never really saw that side of that person who's kind and generous, or haven't seen a lot of that side. And when you continue to push and push and push and push and do everything you can to tempt the person, because it's there. It's just nobody want to, the same way you put in all that effort of that heaviness, like that taking up too much energy. Just like the positivity and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? It's still like a balance in between, because all that positivity that will eventually lead to, especially if you ain't doing nothing really about it, that could also be heaviness on you too if you're not working in between those emotions. Because the more you being that way and then somebody coming with that type of energy, right? It's gonna build up within you towards that person each time. And when that time comes, bam. And then each time I had to get them allergies in order. I'm telling you. Because whatever's in this air, maybe it's making it harder and harder to get rid of what you have. And then your body becoming more sensitive to certain things because a lot of things is changing up. You know, so you got to be careful what you put in your body. And that's hard too, especially with me. Oh, and when you're dealing with those emotions and then food come into play. Oh, Lord. Oh, oh. The struggle. Because you even find yourself picking up things that you know darn well you ain't probably had in over a year. When you actually doing the work and working through those emotions and when things come up. But I promise you, the benefit of it, working through those things, those heavy emotions, those fears, you know, the things that you have within the self, your jealousy, you were looking at or wanting just to envy, it could be good or bad, your disappointments, anger, betrayals, you know, the losses, you know, just grieving, because everybody grieve their own way when you have losses of people, place, things, and so forth, yourself. Losing yourself a lot in the process, and a lot of us, that's the thing going on right now. People are losing it because they're starting to realize a lot of things, because you're realizing the time and effort and energy you putting in the situations, and you starting to see it's either going up for you in a good way or it's not. And so you're losing your mind because you realizing what's happening, but you don't know which way to go. And that's why it's people like me and others that's out there that's really working on themselves and whatever tips that we can provide, along with you getting professional help and actually doing the work. And it's a lot of work. It make you not want to do it. I'm just saying it. Because when you wired a certain way for so long, and then it's like you got to do it all over, and more so now you're teaching yourself. Everybody's a teacher in a different way. You don't have to have no degree to say you're not a teacher. You could be self-taught. But as also along the way, get those teachers out there who have those certifications and those degrees to along with to help you get through those emotions. That professional help, get they out there. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Pray about it and listen. It's there, but it could be so chaotic. It could be so, cause I'm saying your emotions be so up and down. Mine's be up and down. I'm not gonna act like it ain't, but the thing is, I've contained so long. Because it's like, they were like, why you always holding stuff in? And you may not notice or how I may respond, but I do hold things in because I'm working on it as well. Because I don't want to, when you start to really know yourself, for the ones who know themselves, for some people, especially when you doing these acts of kindness, generous, like with no intentions, like it's just naturally in you. Most people that do that because they done been through those experiences and they don't want other people to go through them. You're going to go through your life experiences, what's meant to be, but certain things, if it can be prevented, because everything that you go through, that next person won't even be able to handle it. Just not wired for it. And sometimes you just know that. And then some of them you go through it so you can be built up or rewired in a way so you can handle that and then spread the information to the next person to help. So again, going back to being generous, I will say this for many people. Watch how you treat people, or just when you see them being too generous. Okay, yes, you can have that. You will have those feelings because you like all your life you never really had somebody to come in your life and be that way with you, or just being nice and just helping you out. You know, you're going to have that because all your life, if you had somebody treating you like dog, the ground, cement, just trash, all just stomping you up. And then that comes in and just like, why you here? You know? But sometimes you got to go back and you got to really think about it before you take that response and see if you have asked for that. You forget that you done sat there and you said those prayers, or you done sat and you talked to somebody about it. Even when you ain't sitting there praying by yourself, just by talking to somebody, having that conversation on a repetitive, like repeating type way, that's heard. Those are prayers too. How you put it. It's something repetitive, like, yeah, as well. So we just have to remember, sometimes we don't, and then you test those situations out or just leave it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's easier said than done. Easier said than done. Because you just never know. But you have to go through those emotions, and you have to go through that healing, because you want to get past those stages of why you here or why you feel like, what's your motive? Or, you know what I'm saying? Being paranoid, like, why is you here? You know what I'm saying? You ain't really got to do that, because you could just cut a person off, But, but in some situations, you can't really just do that, Or you could just come out bluntly and say, like, what's the reason? Whatever the case may be for some people. And again, times are so a whole 360 now. You just have to be careful, because a lot of people is on edge. Like, a lot of people don't have a lot of prayers in their life, or a lot of that centeredness of having time with themselves, so you cannot identify what's happening with all this heavy energy in the air. So it's like you responding really or reacting really fast, and then you be stuck. Like, and tell me, I'm gonna tell you now, how I know, because I went through the experiences and I still go through them. How I respond to it, and I'll be like, what? How did I? What made me? But not even realizing in the time, that's still a part of the plan, and being prepped for that. We'll sit there and hold on and whatever, and then you start having that guilt or certain things that may come in place, or feeling some way about yourself, or whatever it can be. And then when you look back at it as the pieces of the puzzle comes together, every action, every way, in some way, when you pull a positive out of it, boy, everything is meant to happen, because it's something that you're meant to learn about yourself or others. Yourself or others, and especially when it's pertaining to your inner self, your most inner self, that a lot of us have tucked away because we were taught in society to focus on everything but ourselves. So when you do get back to, and it got to be a healthy way when you get back into focusing on yourself, like balancing between I'm not talking about being so self-centered that when somebody having a conversation, they still want it to be about them. And then there's really nothing that is bringing high energy or light to your life. It's just really heaviness and dull, and there's nothing you can take with you in the future to help better your life. We ain't talking about that. We're talking about information that when you get from people, it really do a turnout for you, and you could take a piece of that information where they help you or help somebody else. But yeah, going back to that, please stop taking people's kindness for weakness, because I know that's what people see. And I done said that before in one of my videos. People will say that taking it so your kindness for weakness, or they'll do so many things to manipulate in many ways, and just because you ain't speaking on it, they think you don't know. Honey, the way I'm made and all the trials and tribulations I've been through, like, I'm just the type of person, I don't know why I do it, but sometimes I can see exactly what's happening in front of me, and I will let it continue to happen, because I feel like I need to, what do I need to know to gain out of this? And then when that get towards to the end, then that opposite team player, they'll have the most dullest look on their face, because now they done figured out that this she or he knew all along. And still don't take no attention. I'm going to still be that person that I am. I ain't going to hold nothing to you, and then I'm going to just go about my way. Because guess what? My job is done. Next. And that's how you sometimes got to look at life too, so you won't like explode or flip out or do things that you won't regret. Look at it like that when you go through tough situations in life and losses, but it's going to take a lot of work. Look at it like, what am I here to gain from it? What do I need to do to work on myself? What's weak in the area of my life that I need to work on? What is something that I have that I can provide for somebody else to help them see something different? And what do they have for me that I can learn about myself that I don't see? What can we learn for each other to help each other? And learn to keep your circle, all that kind of a little small. You ain't got to be all the way out there. You ain't got to be out there. Because that's not the true way that you can get all of what you need and still flourish the right way. Without having too many ups and downs. Whether it's in a physical way, mental, emotional way, spiritual, and even in your finances. But when somebody is kind, just allow that kindness to flow in your life. And just pay attention how it's being done. Be kind about it and just pay attention to how they move to see if you feel like it's a motive behind it. Once you start seeing that behind it, cut it and switch it up. Switch it up. Switch it up. Let them know. And it don't have to be in no hostile type way. Just make your moves in a way like, okay, and keep moving. Because sometimes you just got to let the other energies around you work. You just got to let God do the work. I'm telling you. Just let him do the work for you. But it ain't always good to always be too kind and generous, because some people take that the wrong way. And then you have to eventually set boundaries. So set them boundaries where it needs to be. So you won't end up in situations that is kind of hard to get out of. But spread love, spread kindness. Help people see what they need to see within themselves. Me trying to work on myself as well. And having that courage and continuing to have that faith. Because a stroke will be real, for real, for real. For real. And every time I feel like you being stuck, I'm like, I wonder why? Because you still need some type of healing some way. So, but continue to spread that kindness out there in some way. That's just showing gratitude. That's one of the smallest things you can do, and then see change in your life. You might not see it instantly, but it's going to be there. It's going to pay off. Because I used to question why, but it's paying off right now. It's paying off right now. Things may not be where I wanted to be, but everything that's basically me for me is working out. It's just not working out. It's just not looking that way how society wanted to work. And I don't care about none of that. Like, none of that. It's about peace, calm, love, and still balancing out there, still having that fun, still being able to meet your goals or whatever you need to do or what you're trying to do in life. I don't care what it is, but still having balance all around. For yourself, for your family, friends, work, everything. I'm telling you. That rock and ride got me clearing out for real. Oh my gosh. That is going to be my new routine. Oh my. It's helping me with these allergies, colds, whatever the case may be that people have. Baby, that rock and ride tonic with a good old green tea, honey, and adding whatever you want to add as far as a flavor. Some lemon drops or some watermelon. Jolly Ranchers. Boiling hot. Baby, life. But the struggle be real, so let's not act like it ain't. But the struggle don't always have to be real, depending on how we look at it. So stop looking at everybody else's life and just focus on yours. And when we focus on our life, because I used to be like that, just looking. You know how you look so much and you realize you still unhappy because you going into something that ain't made for you. It's not wired for your soul. You got to see what's wired for your soul. Because everything you see, I don't care if it's about money this, money that. If it ain't wired for your soul, you're never going to be happy. So if you're going to find something you want to make money, make sure it's wired for your soul. I'm telling you, because it's not going to feel like everything and you're not going to mind. So yeah, that's what's something I want to talk about today. And I'm probably going to make more videos. That man got exactly what I'm about to go in the store for. But on that, I want to talk about that more often than anything, about just spreading kindness and love, because it still exists. Okay, it still exists, even through the struggles that we go through, even through the struggles of many addictions that many may have. Love is still there. Kindness could still be there. It's there. It's just so deep, dark, and everything heaviness in within you, but it's still there. So go out there today. No matter what you got going on, be kind to somebody and watch how that thing come back, or whatever problems you got in your life. Go out there and be kind to somebody and watch whatever that problem you have come back solve.